Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Thank you so very much for being a member of the Time Travelers program. This is your bonus reading for the week of December 7th, 2025. We are tapping into the Akashic records today to see what message it has for you. Keep in mind, it's a collective general reading, not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else watching. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't, and be sure to check out your other placements. With all of that said, now let's begin. Okay. Tapping into the Leo collective now for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the message for Leo from the Akashic records at this time? What does Leo need to know at this time? Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. Your message, bring balance. You're putting too much energy into something, creating lack somewhere else. Take action now to correct the situation or risk further imbalance, which could lead to undesired results. At the bottom of the deck, you have reflection. You're being asked to reflect on your recent choices. What lessons have they taught you? Reflection is the mirror to your soul's growth. Use it to deepen your understanding and intuition. So you've made a decision, a conscious choice to invest in something. And the Akashic records at this time, your ancestors are asking you to reflect on that decision that you made to invest in something. I feel like it's not yielding the results that you want. And putting more energy into it won't yield the results that you want. You're putting too much energy into it, and there's a lack of balance here now in your life. But I also think there's a lack of balance in achieving the goal. All right, what is this here for the Leo collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know about bring balance and reflection? Tell me more about this here for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, Two of Cups, the Hanged Man, the Hierophant, and the Two of Swords. Which is the Moon in Libra. Libra is the Justice card. Justice card rules balance. Okay, bottom of the deck, Seven of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. That leaves the Death card, King of Wands, and the Moon at the bottom of the deck. Oh, Moon to the Sun card. Obviously, I'm going to clarify some of these cards for you, but I feel like there is an imbalance here. And that Two of Cups could be anything. It could be within a partnership, like with a friend, a family member, a lover. It could be you investing in something, whether this is a business plan or a business goal. I feel like what you want is the Ten of Pentacles. But you're getting a little lost here in achieving it. It's like you're doing the same thing over and over again, but I think what it takes here is you maybe seeing it from a different perspective or learning something new. Okay, let's clarify that Two of Cups. I don't feel like the message here is let's throw away the idea of the Ten of Pentacles. I think the idea here is let's re-strategize how to get to the Ten of Pentacles. What is that Two of Cups here? Because even in the deck I use for you, the cups are not balanced. One is higher than the other. I don't feel like this is in relationship or in regard to a specific person. I feel the Two of Cups is represented of you here. We have feminine energy here. We have masculine energy here in terms of where the cups are on the card. Feminine energy, it's not hierarchical. It's not gender specific. I'm just telling you in respect to energy, feminine energy is a very nurturing energy, just when we're talking about energy. I feel like you're not nurturing yourself enough because with that masculine energy of yours, you're investing too much in something. So we need to lower this. So again, I don't know what you're investing too much into. A person, place, thing, a goal, a wish, a dream. But it's coming at the cost or at the expense of you nurturing yourself. So we need to find a way how to recalibrate or rebalance this. Okay, tell me about that Two of Cups. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Yeah, and the answer isn't give more of yourself to this, do less for yourself and do more for this other entity. Like, I don't think that gets you to the Ten of Pentacles. Eight of Swords, Six of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. Yeah, there's something here where I feel like you're not investing enough into yourself because you're very determined to succeed on this goal here, this Ten of Pentacles. It's like, well, I just got to push myself a little harder. Well, I won't take care of myself today because I'm just going to focus on this. There's a little bit of an infatuation energy here. And and it's in a good way, right? When we're striving for a goal, a wish, a dream, a plan, whatever this is that you want to build or learn or create, it's definitely a good thing to be, even in like that Capricornian energy of like the Devil card. I mean, the Devil card isn't always a negative card in tarot. A high vibing Capricorn sets a goal and they keep their eye on it. So there's nothing wrong about having that Saturnian feel to you of like, I'm going to be fully dedicated to this goal until I'm successful. I think the issue is you're so focused on it, particularly because you're not achieving the desired result just yet. And you're like, well, if I just take less for myself and pour it in there, I'll make it a success. Less for me, more to that, I'll make it a success. And I don't think that's the answer. I don't think, if you're a Leo and you want to launch your own business, I don't think the answer is you're working 15 hours a day to launch that business and you're not taking care of yourself, your space, your pets, your plants, all the things that feminine energy within you would nurture. Because keep in mind, we all have feminine and masculine energies within us. So your masculine energies, I want that, and I wanted it yesterday, so I'm going to work double hard, triple hard, quadruple hard today to get it. But it's coming at the cost of self-love. Like I said, nurturing yourself, your space, your pets, your plants, etc., etc. Yeah, the Hangman energy, I feel like, well, I keep doing the same thing, but I'm still not getting here. Yeah, you're not getting here because the key here is self-love, bringing that balance. Well, I'm going to work on my business, blank hours a day, but then I'm going to allocate an hour or two just for me. We're just using that as an example. You may not have an hour or two just for you, but there should be an allocation, a dedication of time for you to nurture yourself, to go for that walk, to take that bubble bath, to watch a show that'll make you laugh, to get a good night's sleep, to having structure and routine. Hangman energy. One more shuffle. Thank you. Yeah, because the Hangman energy, and we'll see what clarifies it. For some of you, the Hangman energy is, I've been doing the same thing over and over again. It's not giving me the result I want. And for others of you, the Hangman energy could be representative of sacrifice. Well, I have to give more of myself, or in other words, less to myself in order to make this dream here a reality. Ten of Swords, Three of Cups, and the Page of Cups. That's not the answer. Either of those scenarios is not the answer. There's momentary gain, momentary happiness, but then we quickly lose focus because we're not nurturing ourselves. So this could be, again, I'm just going to use business as an example. You can apply this to anything or anyone. You have an idea to launch this business. You feel like you will be tremendously successful with it. The business will be successful, and it will provide you with long-term financial abundance. Fabulous goal to have. Working 15 hours a day, you'll have these momentary blips of success on your journey because you accomplished something today, or, but we go from Three of Cups right back to the page. So we go from Three of Cups back to one, Three of Cups back to one, because there's a depletion here that happens. So even though there's a momentary success or happiness over getting a little closer to achieving this goal, we get too tired, or we oversleep, or we can't focus on anything else, or the laundry piles up, or we're not washing the dishes because we're focused too much on that. And so that Ten of Swords, this is now a loop of heartbreak or setback. If this is a relationship, and I mean, it could be for some of you with that Ten of Cups to the Ten of Pentacles, this would be overgiving to your partner, to your detriment, like not nurturing yourself enough because you're investing too many pentacle resources into them. And I'm not telling you not to invest in your partner, but it should never be to your detriment. We need to bring a balance here into how Leo nurtures themselves versus how Leo is nurturing everything else in their life. So there's something here to learn in the Page of Pentacles. Pushing yourself hard to get to this goal will not give you the success that you want. What gets you to that goal is you nurturing yourself. When you are, you have 8 hours or 9 hours, whatever it is you required of restful, solid, deep sleep, and you wake up invigorated and rejuvenated, and you wake up and you take a shower and you're ready to go for the day. That little act of self-nurturing and getting a good night's sleep will bring some balance. Make sure you're eating the right amount of meals a day. Now, some people could function on 1 meal a day, but some people require 2 or 3. Maybe having some kind of protein bar, going out for a little walk, ending the day before you go to bed watching something funny, or, listening to something that isn't so serious, isn't so consumed with world events. There's something here of nurturing yourself and calming your mind and taking care of yourself. The results will come, but they won't come if you continue to sacrifice yourself for it. The Hierophant. Tell me why the Hierophant energy is here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Hierophant is clarified by the 9 of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the 9 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Wands. I feel like the Hierophant here is the lesson here for you with whatever this dream, this goal, this wish is. If you're up in your head, the 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and you're like, I don't understand. I'm putting 150% of myself into this. Why is this happening? This is happening because you're not pouring into yourself. It's because you're not filling your own cups. Tell me about that 2 of Swords here. So I feel like balance here can be restored. 2 of Swords is clarified by the Strength, which is you. That's your major arcana card. To the 2 of Wands. I feel like balance here can actually be restored, and you can achieve this desired result. But it's going to require you to, Ace of Cups, pour into yourself. Take care of yourself better. One more shuffle. Thank you. I'm surprised we didn't see the Knight of Pentacles. And then we have the 5 of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Emperor. Whatever this is, you have to go after it like an emperor. And an emperor is an individual, or the energy of an individual, who embodies worst and best qualities of all 4 kings. So it's being determined, it's being dedicated, it's having a scheduled plan, it's being clear-minded, and all those things come from the queens. The kings in tarot are who they are, and embody that energy. Because for me, and I don't know if I've explained it in any of your readings before, I typically look at the queens, and all 4 of them forged through fire, and they represent their respective suit. All the queens, I don't want to say behave, but show up and react presently based upon their past, based upon their experiences of their respective suits. And then the kings actually take action into the future. So for me, queens are the energetic here and now. This is how I'm operating and functioning on a day-to-day level because of what I've gone through, my successes, my failures. I've learned from all of that, and this is how I operate. And then the kings say, I'm going to take that knowledge, and now I'm going to move forward. Having all of that knowledge that my queen, my feminine energy within me experienced. So the Emperor works the same way. The Emperor is able to go out there and take action, but only because there's an Empress within that's still nurturing themselves. An Emperor can't allow his empire to go to shit, and then he's out there trying to conquer another land. You can't fight the war on 2 fronts. So home base has to come first. And in this respect, if we're looking in terms of, as individuals, our empires are our lives. They're us. They're the things closest to us in those protective walls of the empire. Our house, our home, pets, plants, us. We need to nurture this first. Otherwise, we are not strong enough or clear-minded enough or capable enough or sharp enough to be able to leave the reservation, if you will, leave the empire, if you will, to go off and conquer a new plan or a new goal. So yeah, then there's this feeling of, well, I keep trying, and then there's failure, or I'm not meeting the goal. So what are you missing here? Tell me about the Ace of Cups. Obviously, we're talking a lot here about self-love, self-care, not neglecting oneself. Tell me about that Ace of Cups here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Ace of Cups is clarified by the Page of Swords. There's your knowledge, Chariot, and the Four of Swords. Not taking care of yourself, not sleeping enough, not having... There's something here that you're not doing for yourself. And that Page of Swords is a message here for you to learn how you can start doing that thing for yourself. How can you get a restful night's sleep? How can you balance your spirituality and your practicality? You know, there's something here of you wholeheartedly believe, like you're a spiritual being. You believe like that this is for me. I'm meant to be successful with this. You're right. You're not wrong. Your intuition is not steering you wrong on this, but you're not being practical about it. And I think the practical aspect here is you're not nurturing yourself enough. You're either overworking or over pushing. There's no balance here. So how can we bring balance into the Leo collective? What are some suggestions here? Seven of Pentacles. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Three of Wands. And the Three of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck. The Emperor shows themselves again. You're putting too much time and too much effort into this. We need to pull it back a bit. You're putting Seven Pentacles into that. We need to pull it back into three. Three Pentacles into that. Because there are other responsibilities here in your life that you need to take care of. Like I said, yourself, your pets, your plants, your home, your vehicle, your job, your other familial or, you know, connections or your friend or romantic connections. Like you're not leaving enough pentacle resources to nurture yourself or nurture the other things in your life. So there's something here about dialing it back. Again, not giving up on it, but dialing it back. There's also something here about collaboration. I could be speaking to a Leo where you're trying to do all this on your own. And maybe you need to see how other people do it just to learn. Even if you don't want to collaborate with them, collaboration doesn't always mean you and I are going into business together. Collaboration can mean watching some videos on YouTube from individuals who were successful or who have firsthand knowledge and learning from them. Or taking a class or, you know, learning a new skill. I feel like this is saying more like work smarter, not harder. Pouring more of yourself into this will not get you the result that you want. And it certainly won't bring the result in any quicker. You can't feed this if you're empty. If you're running on 2 hours of sleep, you're not going to have the energetic space to devote to this. If your mind is frazzled because you're not taking care of yourself or you're not eating properly, you can't clearly focus on this. Can I get 3 more cards here, please, for Leo? So there's definitely something here about dialing it back and learning how to do it differently. Either collaborating with someone or learning something new from an individual. So again, it's the work smarter, not harder mentality. But there's definitely here about scaling it back. The results you want will come in, but you need to nurture yourself. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Eight of Cups walking away from putting in the Seven Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles to the Three of Wands would be, I'm going to find a new way how to do this, a more balanced approach. And then the Three of Pentacles to the Seven Wands. And I'm going to hold myself accountable to this. So again, this could be creating a very strategic here plan for yourself. I'm going to spend X amount of hours a day doing this, X amount of hours a day doing this, X amount of hours a day doing this. And obviously life gets in the way. It's not, you know, it won't be perfect every day, but holding yourself accountable to that. You know, and something similar for me is in the beginning here, and it still is a struggle for me sometimes to do the readings because other things pop up. Things pop up in my home, things pop up in my relationships, you know, things pop up in my familial connections or within my community, things I have to address. So, but I do still have to hold myself accountable to put out so many videos a week. I might not get them all out on the days I'm supposed to get them out. Well aware, I'm working on that for the new year. But I do have to hold myself accountable. And that means when I'm working, if that text message goes off or that phone rings, unless it's an emergency, I'm not going to stop doing this. I have to be dedicated to this. But when I'm done here at the table, I'm done. I wrap it up. I close it up. I go take my shower. I make myself a nice meal. I come up here. I go downstairs. I watch TV. I laugh for a bit. I can't dedicate 12 hours a day to the channel. That would completely deplete me energetically. My house would be a mess. I wouldn't be eating properly. I would be drained emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Then I wouldn't get a good night's sleep. So I just feel like this is saying to create a plan. Again, I don't think this is telling you to give up on what this is. It's just saying let's reflect on how we can do it a little bit better, while at the same time bringing in balance by nurturing ourselves a little bit more. And if you can stick to this kind of new schedule and hold yourself accountable to it, the success you want comes in. Temperance, yes, moderation, judgment, and the Four of Pentacles. You do get the stability that you want here. It does come in. But pouring all of yourself into this is not the answer. So your Akashic Records message, my dears, you're being asked to reflect on your recent choice. I think your recent choice was, I'm going to go all in on this. And your ancestors are just telling you, no, you're putting too much energy into that. We need to draw it back just a little bit and focus a little bit more on ourselves, because the more imbalance that we create here, it's only going to lead to either an undesired result or the result we want being further delayed. That is what I have for you, Leo. That is your message from the Akashic Records at this time. If you like that message, resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you can. Thank you once again for being a member of the Time Travelers program. And what else was I going to say? I guess that's about it. Until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.